first of all, let's just hear like what it was like before the game, during the game, after the game. What was it like in the stadium today?
Look, everyone did their bit today. It was rocking. It was rocking from start to finish. Before the game, you know, James Black was outside the South Stand on the podium, and everyone was out there. It was mobbed. The sun was shining. I said to Aid as we were walking up to the stadium, he's like, everything just seems too perfect because we parked the car and you could hear James Black literally from when we parked the car. And I said to him, everything's just too perfect already today. Like something's gonna go wrong at some point. And look, the fans gave everything. There's nothing more that the fans could have done today. It was absolutely rocking inside the stadium. The concourses were absolutely packed, full voices. Yeah, it felt like a cup final today. That's what it felt like, and it pretty much was.
Had the flags.
Yeah, the flags, everything. It felt like a cup final going into the stadium, and I had that pit in my stomach driving to the stadium as well. It just, you know, you felt how big the day was, and I am absolutely gutted. I'm broken after that. I really am, because we turned up. The players turned up for the first time in so long. They gave me everything I've been asking for all week about the fundamentals, about the fighting spirit, about giving blood, sweat and tears, playing for the badge, playing for themselves, playing for the fans. They did all of that today. And to come out of that not with 3 points, I'm absolutely broken, man. I really am. Like, we had to finish that with 3 points. We had to. Everything that the fans and the team put into that, it just had to be 3 points. And to that killer blow right at the end, Danso to make that mistake as well was, I thought he was playing phenomenally well up until that point. It's just gutting. It's gutting.
Yeah, it was the way to concede that goal as well, as you're saying. Like, we definitely showed a lot more, like in terms of the lineup and everything. Bentancur back in the team, Basuma as well. Maddison was on the bench, obviously didn't get on, but I think De Zerbi definitely got the lineup, like certain aspects of the lineup spot on, didn't he? Getting Bentancur, Basuma back in, and having Gallagher there as well, because we really pressed them hard and they were struggling to live with it at times.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I couldn't have asked much more than the players. Well, most of the players that are on the pitch. I think what let us down was our forward players. You know, I thought Moani was crap, to be honest. I thought Solanke had no impact in the game.
Really?
But I thought everyone else.
Solanke had a really good game.
Did you? I don't remember anything that he did in the game.
Interesting. Okay.
I thought Solanke was piss poor. I thought he had no impact.
Wow.
Really, it did.
Shows the difference when you're watching at home. I thought he was really good.
What did he do?
I thought they couldn't handle him. I thought they really couldn't handle him. Every time he was bullying them, he was bringing other players into play. He was involved in the first goal, set up that chance for Simmons for the chance.
You know that chance for Simmons.
Yeah.
I was convinced, and I think they showed it on the screen, that Solanke was offside. Was he not offside?
No, because he played it to himself.
Right. I thought he was offside, but obviously not.
Yeah, we thought that as well, but then we realised he plays it to himself.
Yeah, look, maybe you're right. Maybe his hold-up play, he had something in it. But in terms of like being a threat on goal or anything like that, I thought he was pretty much non-existent. But anyway, what it comes down to is Javi Simmons. How many times have we said, get Javi Simmons in the team? He's the only one that can make something happen. Unbelievable assist. We haven't been able to have someone that can score a goal like that since Sonny in his prime as well. Like, come on. Javi Simmons, if this guy is injured, we are totally screwed. We are, and you know, he was hobbling on the pitch. I don't think he's fit. I really don't. I think he's going to be injured. I can't.
Well, he was cramping. He was cramping hard.
Was it cramp? I mean, it looked like his knee. Was it not his knee?
I think it was just really bad cramp.
I really hope so, man. I really hope so.
They came on, they gave him a bit of a rub and whatever, and he was all right for a bit. Well, not all right, but he wasn't. I don't think he was injured. I think it was just very bad cramp. I think.
But he went off, right? And then he came back on, and then he started hobbling again like 5 minutes later. So I was thinking maybe there's an injury there. How long is cramp supposed to last?
There's been no suggestion that he's injured. I mean, he didn't injure
I pray to God.
Game, but
I pray to God he's not injured. If he's fine, then it gives me a little bit of hope. Because if we can show what we showed today going into the Wolves game, I think we can get something. If we show that as well against Aston Villa, sandwiched in between two semi-finals, I think we can get something at Villa. Like, it's given me hope. That game has actually given me hope, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's the same old story. We've bottled it right at the end, and we haven't won the game. So it's hard to be too happy and too positive after the game because of how it's ended up. But it has given me a little bit of hope. It really has.
Yeah, and I think, as you say, having Bentancur Basuma play that performances as well, that gives me a bit of hope. Like, he might be able to sort out the midfield issues between now and
Bentancur was the best player on the park today. He really was. Bentancur. For how long we've just been missing that bit of composure in the middle of the park. And he brought that today in abundance, man. I thought he was head and shoulders above anyone on the pitch today, and it was such a welcome return for him. It really was. And by the way, James Maddison being on the bench gave the whole stadium a bit of a buzz before the game as well. Everyone's talking, oh, Mad is on the bench, Mad is on the bench. I said to everyone, there is no chance Maddison sees any minutes today. I think that was just a vibes decision to have him on the bench.
Well, it turned out that way because we made all 5 subs and Xavi got injured. And then, he got cramp and then we couldn't take him off. There was a weird moment where all the players were doing this to the subs bench for Xavi, and then all the bench was like, no, we have no subs left. Like, oh, God, we're going to have to play him on. So what was the reaction? Obviously, everyone was gutted 2-2 at the end. But what was in the stadium reaction to the final whistle? Was it boos? Was it frustration? Was it kind of appreciation that we played well?
The team got clapped off the pitch.
Okay.
Team got clapped off the pitch. Everyone was just gutted, and once I went down on the concourse, everyone was just so deflated, and some people are fuming, some people are being resigned to what more can we do. But the reality was, I think the 2 goals that we conceded come from 2 really bad cock-ups in the defence. I mean, nobody is tracking Mitoma. He's completely free at the back post. And yeah, it's a worldie of a finish. It really is. It's an unbelievable finish. But Porro's got to track him. It was Porro's man. He's got to track him. And Danso, just fucking hoof it, man. Just hoof it. Just get it up the other end of the pitch. And he slips, and I don't know what happened. I haven't seen it back. But it just
he just tried to take a touch, and it was a bad touch. I don't know what he was doing.
So frustrating. So frustrating. But look, I think the players come out of it with credit today. As much as we haven't won, as much as we've only got 5 games to go, we're still in the relegation zone. It's our best performance in a long time. And it's got to give people hope. Yeah, for sure. And it's got to give people hope that we can go into these next couple of games with that same mentality and take the 3 points.
Was there hope in the concourse after the game for you when you were speaking to fans? Or was everyone just resigned to relegation at that point?
Didn't seem like much hope, to be honest. Didn't seem like much hope. It's very... That was the most emotional game I've ever been a part of. Seriously. The stands were they were torn to bits. Just throughout that 90 minutes, the whirlwind and the roller coaster of that game, it was just nuts, man. It really was. And that Xavi goal, the scenes in the South Stand for that Xavi goal.
Let me ask you about that. Xavi's obviously scored a great goal. Don't get me wrong, fantastic. A lot of people are saying there's some suggestion on X that were we a bit too over emotional in that moment? 15 minutes to go, he's jumping into the crowd, taking his shirt off like we've just scored a last-minute winner. There's still a long time left in the game. There happened to be 8 minutes added on, and we obviously conceded in that moment. Did we over-celebrate that moment? Was it a bit too overly emotional? Could we have could it have been better if we stayed a bit calm after that moment rather than go over the top with that goal?
Yeah, look, the reality is, right, football is a very emotional sport, as you know. We go 1-0 up, they get it back to 1-1, and you're thinking, oh, it's the same old story again. 15 minutes to go, he scores a worldie of a goal, something that Spurs fans and Xavi have been waiting for all season, a moment like that from Xavi Simons. Football's emotional, and that's the way he's going to celebrate, and the fans were going absolutely ballistic, and he jumps into the stands. It's one of those where if Brighton don't score at the end, you're thinking no one's saying anything about it. But now, because we did concede, the question is, are we over emotional? Did we over celebrate? I think it's just football, and you just got to let it kind of play out like it did. And I don't think it's over emotional. I think it's just celebrating a very important goal.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. I think you can't take the joy out, the spontaneous nature out of the game. There's no point policing people celebrating at this point. Like, it's what it is. He probably did go a bit over the top, but like if it was a last minute winner rather than when it was, maybe it's more warranted. But at the end of the day, as you say, it was more of a release of that there was more relief, wasn't it? Like, or the relief was coming out that actually, okay, we could win this game, and obviously we didn't end up doing it. But obviously we did get the draw. Technically, we moved a point closer to West Ham, but they obviously got the game in hand on Monday. What for you on Monday? West Ham winning, is it over if they win, or even if they win, and the gap's 4 points? If we go to Wolves and we play like we did today and we win, we're still in this fight.
I don't think it's over. Obviously, if West Ham win, it makes it a hell of a lot harder going 4 points behind them. But there's still 5 games to go, and I think West Ham got a very hard fixture list, and I think we've got a more favourable one over them. So if we show that fight, I still think it's, I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion and we're definitely going to do it, but there's a chance. We're in the fight. And if we fight till the end, there's always going to be an opportunity and there's always going to be a chance. However, if we don't beat Wolves next weekend, then it is all over. There's no chance. We have to get, like we always say going into every game, we have to win or it's all over. But this is it. Like, if we don't beat Wolves, it really is. That is it. Kaput. R.I.P. Spurs win the championship. We have to beat Wolves.
You still think 3 wins? That's where your head's at?
I think it could be 2 and a draw or 2.
2 and a draw now.
Yeah, I think it could be. Looking at West Ham and particularly Nottingham Forest's fixtures, like I can't see many wins in both of their fixtures. I said to you when I was doing the fixture list and I did the predictions, I had us with 2 wins and 2 draws, I think it was, and we stayed up a goal difference. That's what I thought at the time. So I think it's the same. I think if we get 2 wins and a couple of draws, I think we can do it.
Maybe if Palace win on
it's going to be tight though.
Maybe if Palace win on Monday, this could be seen as a good point.
Look, every point is going to be a massive point. We just need to pick up as many points as possible, and we couldn't get the win today, and it's absolutely gutting. But we go again next weekend. We got Wolves, and if we win, then it's really on, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the damage today is more not even with the result. It's more just psychological, isn't it? So close to a win, you could always touch it, and the fact we still didn't get it in that period, I think. That's going to be the biggest job for De Zerbi to get them back up and confident again, not winning today. So let's hope he can.
Can we please just end this Kolo Muani thing on the right hand side? Like, Tell came on the right, and I thought he was really good, man. He was creating chances. He was putting the opposition under pressure. That was my only concern about the starting lineup when I saw it. Like, why is Tell not playing? Like, just put Tell on the right hand side. He showed a lot more in the last however long he was on the pitch than Muani has for the previous 5 games. So just play Tell, man. There's no reason why not.
I agree. I think Tell was better than Muani. Muani is just a nonsense. Can't be bothered with him anymore. So I think he took him off quite early for a reason, to be honest. So hopefully going forward, let's hope he's found the balance today, especially in that midfield. And look, maybe there is hope. But all eyes on West Ham on Monday, and then on to Wolves. That's it.
Yeah, we definitely got to do a watch along for that game now.
Let's do it.
100%. But Bergvall looked a lot more hungry when he came on today. That he came on straight away like a bull in a china shop, won that ball, laid it off to Javi, and the rest is history. But
another good game for Kinski as well.
I say, yeah, Kinski was brilliant. And where was Kinski the best? At the set pieces and coming to claim those crosses and being strong in the box, where I think Vicario can let himself down a little bit. So I think I wouldn't be against keeping Kinski in goal for the rest of the season. I really wouldn't.
Ford in the comments said, question for Ben, where are the Spurs wins coming from?
I think we beat Leeds. I know Leeds are on fire at the moment, but I think by the time we play them, I think, they're going to be safely up, and I don't think they're going to have anything to play for. So I think we're going to beat Leeds at home, and then one of Wolves Well, we have to beat Wolves. We have to. We have to beat Wolves. So I think Wolves, Leeds, and I think we might even potentially beat Everton as well.
Jeez, the confidence. Let's just hope it's not unwarranted. Oh, Chelsea just hit the bar. All right, I'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Come on, you Spurs. Believe, people.
Tomorrow.
Believe.
See you in the studio tomorrow.
Believe.
Come on.
Believe.